I cleared security, which is rather tight. It moves along though, give them credit. Got scared when I saw the huge queue outside, but it took maybe 15 minutes. Looks like they've got several art exhibitions going on. Something on Rome from Baroque period forward. Ancient China is downstairs, along with the theater and lecture hall. I guess I'll start down here. Ancient is a good place to start. The guidebook had surprisingly little information on the museum. I think my DK guidebook's a bit out of date on certain things. I haven't cracked the Lonely Planet yet, sitting on my desk. But I'm trying a new method here in Beijing, which is to work from one guidebook first. The DK is much friendlier for a first-time visit since you can look at a lot of pictures and maps. And then when you're a little more familiar and you've gone around, Lonely Planet tends to go into a little more detail. One thing I do like about Lonely Planet though is when you're not familiar with an area at first, Lonely Planet does give you places to go eat. The DK does too, but it's in a separate section. A little more frustrating to use. And they tend to have more expensive restaurants that I would have no inclination to go to. So Lonely Planet's a little bit more budget oriented. And I've been sorely lacking for good food since my hostel's on a food street with crap. So here's China, and we're up here in Beijing. The bad air quality is partly due to its position here against the mountains. The air doesn't have anywhere to go, so the poor air quality pushes in against the mountains and gets funneled back on the city. Taiwan, Korea, Japan. Shanghai's down here. Beijing's up here. Great Wall is all along the ridges of these mountains here. The Great Wall of China. I wonder if there's an audio guide. Introduction. Ancient China is a permanent exhibition at the National Museum of China. Following a dynamic sequence, it unfolds the Chinese history in 8 sections from the prehistoric times to the Ming and Qing dynasties. On display are objects of significant value that present a comprehensive view of the political, economic, cultural, and social development, as well as China's foreign relations in different historical periods. The exhibition focuses on continuous progress of Chinese civilization and historical course of building. A multi-ethnic country, it also illustrates Chinese people's outstanding achievements and their contributions to human civilization. It's a Sunday, so it's extremely crowded here. Tomorrow's Mid-Autumn Day. 2 million years ago to the 21st century BC, Lower Paleolithic. Earlier today I stopped at the Wang Fu Jing Street Paleolithic Museum in the basement of the Oriental Plaza Mall. Didn't take long to go through. They had some artifacts, stone artifacts and some bone artifacts. I think it was 7 minutes to walk through it. Lower Paleolithic spans a period from about 2 million to 200,000 years ago. During that period, early human species called Homo erectus lived in China. Early fossils discovered at numerous locations indicate that China was a key area of activity for human evolution. The earliest Homo erectus found in China, Yuan Mu man, lived about 1.7 million years ago. Somewhat later, Lantian man, Peking man, Yunxian man, Hexian man, and Tangshan man emerged. In other regions, Homo erectus used Chipped stone tools and wooden sticks for hunting and gathering, and also knew how to use and manage fire. The find was dating back to 25,000 years ago this morning that I went to, that they uncovered when they were digging the mall. It said in 1996. Upper incisors, Yuanmu man, Lower Paleolithic, Shanabang, Yanmu, Yunnan province. Homo erectus walked upright on 2 feet and made tools despite possessing several human characteristics. Homo erectus had small cranial capacity and a primal brain. There's Lantian man there on the left and Yunshian man on the right. Lower Paleolithic, Lantian man's 1.15 to 1.1 million years ago. Yunshian man is 1 million to 900,000. Peking man, Lower Paleolithic, 280,000 to 230,000 years ago. Peking man reconstruction. Stone tools in Paleolithic China fell into 2 geographic groups, with Qingling Mountains as the dividing line. In the north, small flake tools were common, while the stone industry in the south relied upon large, rough stones or pebbles. The use of stone tools also varied in regions. Let's see, 1 and 2. Hammerstone and stone anvils, 2 million to 200,000 years ago, unearthed in Beijing. Kondian site. That's the one that they found in 1958, huh? 2 million to 200,000 years ago, bipolar stone flakes. This is number 2. Stone scrapers, replica points, stone awl, stone choppers. Stone choppers, stone choppers. Stone choppers, scrapers, and points. Fire. Use of fire is a crucial step in human evolution that signifies the ability of early humans to adapt and transform the natural environment. The Peking man learned to preserve live cinders from fire found in nature to roast food, provide light and warmth, and scare off predators. This contributed to physical health, cerebral development, and improved living conditions. Cinder fragments. Lower Paleolithic, 2 million to 200,000 years ago. Among the layers discovered in the cave where Peking man resided, there are 4 ash layers, with the thickest measuring 6 meters. Within these scattered ash layers, discoveries include redbud charcoal, roasted hackberry seeds, and charred animal bones. Charred animal bones, Lower Paleolithic. These are all from Beijing. 1958 excavation, burnt earth, 2,200,000 years ago. Hackberry, hunting and gathering. Hackberry seeds gathered for food, and a large cache of animal remains were discovered at the Peking man site. The fossils of over 2,000 individual thick-jawed deer and over 1,000 individual Pseudotaxis grey-eyed deer indicate that these 2 species were primarily hunting targets for Peking man. The Pseudotaxis grey-eye were hunted in late summer, early autumn, while the thick-jawed deer were hunted in late autumn, early winter. Hackberry seeds, rabbit skull, badger skull, antelope antlers, rodent bone chip, hamster lower jawbone, charred sandgrouse bones, other bird bones, wild pigeon humeri, ostrich eggshell. Saber-toothed tiger, deer, saber-toothed tiger, skull, eye tooth, Thick-jawed bone. Thick-jawed deer antler, lower jawbone. Is this the Primigenius? Pseudodaxis. Gray eye antler jawbone. Some guys eating meat in a cave, fire. Guy carrying a deer. Look at this huge rack. Ice Age species tend to be much bigger. Bovine horn, Middle Paleolithic. Dingkan, Shangfang, Shanxi province. 1960s it says. Excavated. Middle and Upper Paleolithic China. Traced from about 200,000 to 10,000 years ago when human species Homo sapiens emerged. Many fossils belonging to Homo sapiens have been discovered across China, including Jin-Nushan man, Dali man, Shu Jia Yao man, Dingkun man, Maba man, Lu Jiang man, Shu Chong man, Upper Cave man, Zhouzhen man. This period is characterized by progress in stone tool technology, water use of stone balls and hunting. Upper Paleolithic saw the invention of javelins, harpoon, bows, and arrows, indicating an economy based on fishing, hunting, as well as early seeds of spiritual beliefs and art. Homo sapiens. There were two types of Homo sapiens. The early Homo sapiens lived in the Middle Paleolithic, 200,000 to 50,000 years ago, had physical features somewhere between Homo erectus and late Homo sapiens, and were more skilled in making stone tools than the former. The late Homo sapiens lived during the Upper Paleolithic, 50,000 to 10,000 years ago, with physical features closer to modern humans. They produced more advanced stone tools and learned how to create fire. I don't know if they're calling this Middle Paleolithic is actually, I don't think, maybe just in Europe is where they had Neanderthals. I don't know if they had Neanderthals in Asia. Jinnui Shan man skull. Yingku, Liaoning province. The former resembles that of Hexian man. The shapes of Jinnushian man skull and Peking man skull are distinctly different. The former resembles that of Hexian man, who lived much later. For this reason, most scientists regard Jinnushian man as early Homo sapiens despite its early date. Maba man skull, Middle Paleolithic, 14,000 years ago, Guangdong province. Liujiang man skull, Middle Paleolithic, Tongyan Yandong, Luzhang, Guangxi Zhuang Autonomous Region. Upper Caveman skull, Upper Paleolithic, let's see. Shandingdong, T.Beijing. Upper Caveman skull shares characteristics of modern humans. Average cranial capacity, 130 to 150 milliliters, falls within the scope of humans today. Reconstruction of Upper Caveman, adaptation of Wang Kunyi. Improved stone tools. With advancement in tool making during the Middle Paleolithic, stone tools became finer and more regular in shape. In the Upper Paleolithic, the use of microliths marked a breakthrough in technology. So you get all sorts of fine stone tools. Stone bolas. Middle Paleolithic, unearthed Dingken, Shanxi province. In hunting, stone bolas were hurled directly at prey or used with cords to launch the stone or entangle animals. Stone bolas, heavy triangular point, unearthed in Kun. Heavy triangular point made of thick cornfels flakes, probably used to dig for edible roots. Stone microcore flakes and points. Stone back knives, burns, points. Core flake scraper, single platform core scraper. Stone points. Microcores, blade drill, backed knife, saw, flakes. Use of bone and antler in the invention of composite tools and Upper Paleolithic techniques for grinding and perforating took place. Invention of composite tools like javelin, harpoon, bow and arrow made fishing and hunting more efficient. Further, bone or antler tools like awls, needles, and spades enriched everyday life. Bone pieces, bone awl, bone needle replica. 50,000 to 10,000 years ago, unearthed Xiaogushan, Haiqiang, Liaoning province, 1983. These bone needle date from 30,000 years ago and are earliest sewing tools ever found in China, providing evidence that Xiaogushan inhabitants engaged in sewing clothes with animal hide or sinew to resist the cold. Antler spade, bone awl, javelin head replica, carp vertebrae, polished antler, Beijing, stone arrowhead spear, reconstruction of an early bow and arrow. Upper Paleolithic, the deceased were buried according to certain burial customs. Inhabitants at the upper cave site spread hematite powder around the dead and buried them together with stone tools and decorative items, an indication of early spiritual beliefs and primitive art. They spread hematite powder, huh? Pieces of hematite on earth from Hebei province. Hutu Liang, Yang Yuan, Hebei province. Perforated animal teeth, mussel shell replica, incised bone cylinders, perforated animal teeth. Altogether, 125 animal teeth were found at the Upper Caveman site, primarily from badgers, but also foxes, deer, etc. Judging from consistent perforations at one end, the teeth were probably strung together. Life and production in Neolithic China. Neolithic age began 10,000 years ago. New Stone Age featured the advent of agriculture, domesticated animals, polished stone tools, invention of pottery. People began living in settlements with blood relatives, and the economy was gradually transformed into production-based one. Advent of agriculture. China is one of the major birthplaces of agriculture. About 10,000 years ago, rice was cultivated along the middle and lower reaches of the Yangtze River, and millet in the Yellow River Basin. This was the start of two agricultural traditions, rice growing in South China and millet growing in the north. This period also saw progress in farming tools and methods. Pottery shards containing carbonized rice. Peng Tushan culture, 6500 to 5400. Pottery bowl incised with rice design. Tem.Buktu culture, 5200 to 4200. Carbonized rice. Tem.Buktu culture, Dakshi culture, stone axe, 4200 to 3000. Bone spade, Tem.Buktu culture, Yuyao, Zhejiang province, 1974. Bone spade was a tool mostly made from the shoulder blades of large mammals for leveling paddy fields and digging irrigation ditches. Stone knife, Zhejiang province, Wuxing. Wooden spade replica, Tem.Buktu, Yuyang, Zhejiang province. Stone pick, stone spade. China is one of the major birthplaces for agriculture. 10,000 years ago, rice. Yeah?
You can't use the flash.
Okay.
And no video.
Okay.
You can take a photo, but no flash.
Okay.
Thank you for your cooperation.
No. In the Neolithic age, people began domesticating animals like dog, pig, oxen, sheep, goat. Domesticated animals became an important source of food. Pig-shaped pottery gui vessel. Well, it's no fun if I can't make a video. I'm not gonna get much out of it when it's this crowded. China is one of the early sites for the invention of pottery. In the Neolithic age, pottery production developed with simple kneading, modeling, and pasting methods. The technique then advanced to clay strip coiling, the slow wheel, and finally the fast wheel. Time to use technology.